Hi there, it's Catherine from Sunnyside Journals. I have a little visit. I have a little what's on my desk. It's actually a strange one in a way. I've got a weird angle going here, but I want to be able to glance at my phone screen and make sure that I'm in, mostly in screen here. I have some fussy cutting to do. I love this picture. I have a book that is completely massive plates of birds of paradise. So of the area, New Guinea area, all the amazing birds there that I had no idea until I got this book. And every other page is one of these massive, here I'll turn it sideways because I don't want to have to move my camera again. These massive colorful plates of these amazingly unusual, beautiful birds. So, and I love them. So but I want a fussy cut because obviously this is way too big. I want to put it into Gilbert and Sullivan here. Buttercup said she'd like some birds, so who am I to argue? But as you can see, this plate is actually bigger than the book. So these pages will actually make magnificent M pages at some point in some books. But this one is going into Gilbert and Sullivan. I've just got it. I need to figure out a way to do it, and I think I know. I'm going to fussy cut them and split them up. So, and I thought I would approach this with the camera going so that you can see how I go about figuring this out. So usually if I'm going to cut up a picture so that I can use it in different places within a book or perhaps refit it onto a page, I sort of just start looking at the picture and look for natural breaks in how the artist has set up the structure of their painting or drawing or whatever it happens to be, illustration. And I just look for places that just look like they would naturally be a good place to end the art, so to speak. And what I'm envisioning for this is to put it into a full spread and put this little guy down in one corner and put this little guy, actually I have a feeling, I'm not sure whether that's the hen and that's the boy or vice versa. I guess I should pull the book out again and find out. Anyhow, this one's going to go up high because it's looking down naturally, and this one's going to go lower on a spread. So I need to be able to separate them, but I still want to keep some of this beautiful, the leaves and berries. So what I'm seeing here is I like the line of these leaves here, that branch, and it just naturally leads to the leg and up and around and then around this little bird. It doesn't mean I'm not going to use these leaves. I can still fussy cut these leaves and place them in later where I want them. Actually, I could put them somewhere else very easily later. Same with this little bundle of leaves. I may repurpose them somewhere else and just simply give him his own branch. I'm saying him because he's so dark and bold. You know what? I'm trying to decide whether I should go find out. But it shouldn't matter, should it? They're just a committed couple, and it just doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting. And hopefully I stay in camera. And I apologize if I don't. Now I'm going to do my best. This is one of those ones where I really don't want an edge. I don't particularly enjoy an edge. When I say an edge, I mean a fussy cut that's got a little white rim around it in a picture. Those can be really pretty and desirable in a fussy cut. But I find that when you are fussy cutting from out of an existing larger illustration, I don't always like, now can you see? Trying to see where my blade is on the screen. Oh, there it is. It's just so tiny. Sometimes it's just better to go with the edge that you're looking for, and not because there's no white edge here. Now this is already driving me crazy, and I'm not going to use it. So I'm out of screen. So I'm going to just take this off so that it stops bumping me. And I'm just going to go around there. There we go. And then I'm also going to remove all this white because I won't be using any of this white. Let's debulkify. I don't think I'll be using any of that sky, but never say never. Let's just get rid of all this. I probably could have used my big scissors for this part, but oh well. Now I want the title so that I can put that somewhere. And I want to give myself as much room as possible. There's got to be a better way to put this. Hold on, I'm going to pause the camera and see if I can get a better angle, because this isn't working. All right, let's try this angle. So we're going to go back to trying to gently remove this, the green one from the black one. So where did I leave off here? I'm going to try and find my edge. There it is. I'm sorry for any glare. It's actually a really unusual time of day for me to be, I was going to say filming. I guess it's still considered filming even though you're not using film. It's electronic. Now, I took that down too far. I want that branch. I'm going to take this across for now. And I'm just going to trim that right off there. That won't matter, because if it gets glued down, that little cut, this is what I'm stressing about. I cut right there. It's okay. That's not a deal breaker, because if it gets glued down, I will just glue that down. So the nice thing about these Fiskars spring scissors is the spring allows you to just do a tiny little rocking motion like that. And you can just ease your way around a little tight edge in just tiny little movements. It just feels a little bit safer, especially with this kind of fussy cutting where you're not giving yourself a little white border. Now when I get to this end of the beak, I can actually roar over there because I don't need all of that white space. And by separating the two birds, I can make managing the paper a little bit easier. So see what I mean here? I'm going to do the separation now, like that, and then I can finish working on this handsome one. Now I'm trying to decide whether I want to leave those leaves on while I fussy cut. Let's leave them on for now, and if they seem to become too difficult, I can always change my mind later. So as ever, it's usually best to rock your paper around the little ins and outs. And sometimes, and I'll show you here, so I'll take that piece out. See right here, that little berry? See how there's still some airspace there? I'll come back and get that later. You don't have to do that now. Just continue working on freeing the bird from most of the background. Now I hope I can get this done in 30 minutes, because 30 minutes is all my phone likes to let me have. So I had a pretty quiet day. One of my pairs of glasses, the nose pads broke out of the blue yesterday. So fortunately my optical was sort of open. I got there and the doors were locked, and it had a phone number saying, please phone to make an appointment. We're open, but we're only working by appointment. And I looked in and they were in there, but it was empty. So thank goodness for cell phones, because I called them on my cell phone and I said, hi, this is me at the door. Can I come in? I said, I need a new nose pad on my glasses. And they were wonderful. They said, oh, yes, hold on, we'll be right there. And they came out, and I said, I'll even wait here. I said, if you're concerned, I said, I've got a mask. I actually had it on. And I said, I don't mind waiting outside if you want to take them and go fix them. No, come on in. We like having company. So I was able to get them finished. Thank goodness for, I'm a lifelong eyeglasses wearer. I've worn them. I don't know life without glasses. I've had poor vision since birth. And I've had several surgeries on my eyes. So my prescription is quite strong. I just, for a little while as a teenager, I tried contact lenses, but I didn't like all the work. At the time, they were a lot of work, contact lenses. They're easier now. And I suppose I still could, but I've grown to actually enjoy, I call glasses face jewelry. And glasses are fun now. My goodness, they're more fun than they've ever been. All the colors and styles and anything goes. And so I've actually learned to embrace my glasses, and I like them. They're really part of me. So my children even have orders to, when they lay me out in my box someday, to make sure they put my glasses in my hands, not on my face, but definitely put my folded glasses in my hands. So my favorite glasses, I have a pair of black ones. I have a few pairs, and it's nice. When you have to wear them all the time, it's nice to be able to change them up. And my most comfortable pair that I have are black. They're mostly black plastic frame, but they also have some, the bridge of the nose is wire frame, and the stems are wire frame. And one of the pads on the bridge on the nose broke. Fortunately, repairable, because I really, really like my black ones. But unfortunately, when you have a few pair, I got my red ones here today. I'm wearing my my Mary Engelbreit glasses. Yay, Mary Engelbreit! Woohoo! She's seriously my hero right now. My social justice hero. I love Mary Engelbreit. Don't get me going on that again. Sorry. You know what? I'm having a good day, because I got Mr. Rogers ready. He's not at the post office yet, but he's all decked out and in his getting packed up, and he'll be going to the post office hopefully tomorrow, actually. And I was able to go ahead and make the donations. Gosh, that felt good. I will absolutely do that again, whether it's that charity or a different charity. I will absolutely do that again. It feels like something I can do. You know, when you feel helpless, it's nice to come up with a way to feel like you're giving back. Oh, look at that. Now let me see what time we're only at 14 minutes. We're good. Now see, again, I'm just going to take some of that bulk off. It makes maneuvering around, because this is going to get flimsier. And so it's actually going to get a little more awkward as we start peeling away some of this supportive paper that's sort of supporting the structure of the illustration. So you have to be mindful of that, especially with a big fussy cut like this. It's going to get floppy. We've done a little bit more opening up in our area, which is it's nice and it's nerve-wracking. I'm not in any hurry. I would rather have everyone safe. I love my family dearly, and I miss my family dearly. But I want everyone safe, and I can be patient. That's, thank goodness. You know, we're not having to put pen to paper and write letters. We can FaceTime. We can pick up a phone and talk. My grandparents lived through the Spanish influenza, so that had to be way worse. That was prior to telephones in homes. I hope this is, see, I'm worried that that's blurry. My goodness, I wonder how much of this has been blurry. I'm sorry. If it has, I guess I'll watch it and see. Who knows, this could end up in me clicking on trash. Now here's a little thing that I'll tell you about that I will be doing. Although I don't want to distress the whole picture. See how there's a tiny little bit of white there? You can try to get that, but if you're nervous that you're going to cut into the bird too much or lose part of your illustration, you can go at that later with a little bit of distress ink, and that'll hide that. As my friend Nancy over at Wishes and Weeds says, distress ink hides a multitude of sins, and it certainly does. That little white raw edge just disappears with a little brush of some distress ink. So it's very, very easy and simple. And you just do it later. So do you see how you sort of go at it in little chunks and decide which is an easier direction to approach your picture from? See how I'm just sort of, I'll start cutting one, I'll back up, maybe cut out a chunk, I'll approach it from a different direction. Don't feel when you're fussy cutting something big and complicated that it's like that Christmas orange challenge. You know how everyone at Christmas time, when you get a big orange, and you just feel this mental personal challenge that you've got to get that peel off all in one big long strip. This isn't the personal Christmas orange peeling challenge. You can stop, you can reassess, you can put down your scissors and look at it, and then pick up your scissors again and have at it in a different direction. And it's not a deal breaker. And even if you cut something off inadvertently, which we have all done, don't panic, because when you're gluing it onto the other page that you're going to glue it onto, you can just simply re-glue. Like, for example, this is the part I was thinking of cutting separately. So if I had cut that off, which I could have, and maybe I should have, just for ease, but, you know, we're doing a demonstration here. I could have then later on glued the bird in, then glued these leaves back up at the bird's head, and no one would be the wiser. Now I'm trying to decide if I want this little background here or not. I really don't think I do, actually. So I'm probably actually going to take that leaf off. I want these bright bold leaves that are here, and I want most of the page to show through. I don't want the whole illustration to dominate the page I'm going to put this beautiful little bird on. I want, for example, I love putting fussy cuts, gorgeous fussy cuts on ledger paper. But the thing is, if there's too much of the illustration, you'll never notice the ledger paper peeking through. So you sort of have to look at it, make a decision, snip a little, cut a little, step back, put your scissors down, take another look. Now, this is in my way, so I'm going to remove it. And that way, this is easier to deal with. And you can see how it's starting to get a little heavy and a little floppy. So keep that in mind and just hold it gently and support it. Sometimes you'll have to go back in and get some little detail cuts done later. That's okay. For example, later I will put this onto a board and use an X-Acto blade, and I'm going to cut out that space between his leg and the background there. And I'll probably cut out this little triangle right there with an X-Acto blade as well. So I want this off. Still only 2 thrift stores open in my town. And they're very wisely taking many days off. They're not open 6 days a week. They're usually closed on Sundays anyhow, but they're all taking extra days because they have to process the donations that they're getting. First of all, they're getting a lot of donations because I think people used the big shutdown to do some house cleaning. I certainly did. And so they're inundated with donations, and then they have to make sure that everything's safe for handling. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now, I don't want this leaf here, and that's going to go. There we go. Now, what can I put that on so you can see him better? Hold on. This will help. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? So, now I'm wondering if I should try and take some of those little areas out. One of the things that I don't have as an artist that I should get is I don't have a glass for cutting with an X-Acto blade, and it's easier. I used to. I had a really awesome light box that had a glass top on it. My dad built it for me. I mean, I shouldn't say had. I still got it, but it's buried in our basement somewhere. And I used to use that. Let's see if this will release. But I really should just get myself... No, you didn't cut through at all. That's beautiful quality paper. So I should probably get myself a better surface, glass surface for... Come on, there we go. Usually it's one of those situations where if you can get it started, it'll cooperate. It'll cooperate later. Even if you can just give it a little, come on, talk to it nicely. See if it'll cooperate. Well, I'm very happy for the timing of our province. Seems to be doing better about our numbers, because our family is going to increase by 2 next month. Well, end of July, beginning August sort of area. 2 babies arriving in our family to 2 of our kids. So, I have a feeling, hopefully it's all going to be better, as far as for a while they were even not letting fathers go in when the wives were giving birth. So, first of all, you want families healthy and safe, but boy, I mean, to miss your child's birth because of a pandemic, oh my goodness. So, now, again, don't be too nervous to do this, because even if you make a wrong move, you can still save the day by doing some really creative gluing later on when it goes down on the final page. So please don't let fussy cutting overwhelm you. Let's see if that's going to come up. Come on, let go. Thank you. Now I see a little fluff. Nope. You're going to give me a hard time. Right, there we go. No, don't do it. Don't make a liar out of me. Thank you. All right, that's not going to, there's a little white, I don't even know if the camera's picking it up. There's a little white part there. I'm going to get that with Distress ink later. Here, let's put it on this lined paper so you can see what I mean by, isn't it nice when you can see through the legs and through the little holes? Didn't that turn out nice? And that will fit on a page in this book. Oh, uh-oh, let me take a look and see. Uh-oh. Here, let's find a random page and see if she's going to fit. I think she will. Oh, look how nice that's going to look. It's also nice to put a fussy cut onto a printed page. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then if I fussy cut this handsome fellow and put him up there. Oh, let me move. There we go. Oh, that's going to be so nice. How much time have I got? Oh, I'm at 28 minutes. All right. Well, I'm going to have to fussy cut him and maybe take a photo and show the finished result in the photo on Instagram. Thanks for visiting with me. Thanks for fussy cutting along with me. And I hope that if you've been too nervous to try and fussy cut what looks like an intricate illustration, you can do it. Just pick and choose what part of the illustration it is that you want, and just take it slow and easy and work your way around it. You'll do fine. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. Take care. We'll talk again soon. Bye.